I'm Diane, and we're here today with Narendra, who is a spiritual master teacher and the founder of Spirituality for Results. Thank you for watching. So I wanted to talk tonight about if you have any tips about helping us deal with anxiety and obsessive thinking when the mind is like worrying over something and goes over and over and over, and it's hard to control at times. Do you have any tips about that?
Yes, actually, think about it. When we follow our spiritual practices, one of the things it does for us is makes the mind silent and makes heart pure. When I say pure, means there are no old issues left anymore. There's no, you are not angry at anybody, you're not afraid of anybody, you're not plotting a revenge against somebody, like you have forgiven somebody, or you've asked for forgiveness, so you kind of have resolved the issues, kind of, so to speak. And in order to understand this phenomena, it's important for us to see how mind and heart kind of work with us. Both of them are trying to help us, because when we face the world on a daily basis, we're going to have challenges. Someday there'll be a lot of snow. If it's not a lot of snow, then maybe summer is too hot a day. Maybe there's a traffic jam, or maybe you're running late, or maybe you forgot to pay a bill. All those things are reality of life.
Right.
So how we operate is our heart is the first one that senses something that is not pleasant or pleasant, because heart operates like a traffic light. So it's sensing something. Red means something is bothering you. Green means you're experiencing something beautiful. And yellow is kind of short period in between. So, but heart is not able to solve the problems. And when I say heart, heart is not the organ I'm talking about. Here I'm talking about is part of us that experiences things, feels emotions, etc., wherever it exists in the body. It doesn't matter. And then there is the mind. The mind part of us is the part that analyzes, compares, sets up priorities, does all the logical functions, adds, subtracts, and things like this, and also solves problems. So in the right way of working, whenever we have an issue or a hard, let's say if it's a negative thing that's bothering you or me, I'll say, oh, it felt terrible. And right away it creates an impression on your heart space, unpleasant. And right away then your mind starts thinking, well, maybe I can do this, maybe I can do this, maybe I can do this, maybe I can do this. So for every negative feeling, there are maybe hundreds, sometimes as many as thousands of thoughts that follow. And it's not a bad thing. All it's doing, all that's going on is that your mind is trying to help you, trying to solve the problem.
Right.
So, in my opinion, obsessive thinking is not a bad thing. Or having too many thoughts is not a bad thing. It's just that that person needs to understand how mind and heart kind of work together. If you, for a moment, do some play acting with yourself, and imagine that your heart is here and your mind is in this zone. Just imagine for a second.
Why would it be down here?
Just the mind consciousness is over here.
Oh.
Or it doesn't matter. Let's say your heart is here, your mind is here.
Okay.
If that's okay, functionally speaking.
Okay.
But you are not here. You are up here. True self is up here, and you are the boss of your life. And these are two of your employees. Okay? The mind's job is to solve the problems, and heart's job is to sense the problems. Heart senses it first.
Okay.
And then, right after that, mind comes, let me see what I can do.
Okay.
And if you understand it that way, then when somebody has too many thoughts running through their head, it only means there are a lot of backlogs or cabinet full of issues that they have not been resolved.
Oh, like if you have something that happens at work, and
Yes,
that
it means
That's
your
awesome.
inbox is kind of loaded up. Or maybe you have cabinets of unresolved issues. Uh, because then you're constantly, or maybe you are so overburdened that you don't have time, that you're thinking maybe I can solve this, I can solve that, maybe I can do this, or maybe I can do that. Because we have all been in situations, we have, especially in today's economy, everybody's doing three people's work.
Yeah.
So with that, you can't be everywhere all the time. So on a day-to-day basis, you're looking at, let me see, which are my top 5 problems. I can solve them, and hopefully others will disappear, and nobody will make a big deal about them. So you try to get them out. And if most of your day is gone doing this, then there are other 20 or 30 are still remaining. And guess where they go? They go to bed with you. You're not sleeping alone. And all night, they'll not keep bugging you. What about this? What about this? What about that?
Yeah.
And you go next day, you got another 35. And you had 30 from previous day, now you got bring back another 30 more with you. So it's like they keep piling up. So it's almost like before you know, you're having a party in your bedroom.
At 5 in the morning.
Yeah, or 3 in the morning, and you're trying to get a decent sleep, and you can't go to sleep. And that's really what happens. But there's a way we can solve this. Rule number 1 is for us is not to burden ourselves more than 80%
80% of
of our normal capacity, healthy capacity.
in a day, or
In a day. Let's say if I can solve 15 problems, then 80% of 15 is only 12 problems.
Okay.
It means I should only plan for, in my plan, are only 12 problems instead of 30, because then I'm planning too much. They'll never be solved. Which means I got to learn to say no to somebody.
Oh.
So at the front end, I can manage it by saying, no, sorry, not today. Some other time. Or I need help. That could be one way of doing it. So we can manage overburden this way. And that can help a lot. And sometimes, believe me, I did not know how to say no. But ever since I've learned how to say no, it has changed my life completely. Because now they know if I say yes, then I'm still on hook for delivery. And they have a right to bug me. You told me yes, and you did not do it. So front end, I can manage that. But once I'm dealing with the issues, then the methodology is not do it in the head, but do in the paper. So if 12 problems I'm addressing on a day-to-day basis, it's okay, what I do is instead of thinking in the head, I take a notebook or a diary or a sticker, I say, here's the problem. So I have to make a contract with my mind that you're not going to bug me 30 times a minute. And I'm not taking it home with me. When I'm done from work, I'm going home. So here's a problem. I write it down, 12 problems, and I say I'm going to do these 5 or 6, I'm definitely get done. Others, if they get done, good. Otherwise, I'll do them tomorrow. So knowing a little about what my true capacity is without getting burnt out. Then I can say developing solution. I can do this, I can do this, or I can do this. I'll develop solution underneath. But I do it on paper.
So take that obsessive thinking and be constructive with it and actually do some action, which is writing.
Right. So everybody follows some kind of system, whether you do your computer, PDA, diary, or Franklin Planner, or any one of those. And the deal is, I am not going to solve problems inside my head. Whenever I catch a problem, you put it in the paper, and you don't need to find a solution right away. You just walk away, capture it, and walk away. And come back when you are calm and collected, and then you develop the solutions. So over a long period, you are training your mind that you're not going to be thinking about all the problems all the time. In fact, the way human bodies and minds and hearts are designed, we should have music going on inside of us all the time.
Oh.
And you can understand that because I know you're a musician. 95% of the time you have music going on. Even when I'm working, there's music going on. And then here comes a problem. Oh, what is it? Okay. And the music continues.
Oh my.
You know? And then another one comes in. That's it. You write down, the music continues. Because by continuing the inner rhythms and music, you stay whole. You keep your sanity and wholeness so that you can find better solutions.
Uh-huh.
And if you can do it for 21 days in a row, you have trained your mind not to aimlessly or wastefully think. Because anxiety and worrying only means that a person has not trained the mind to be effective with the thinking process.
Wow. So you can say that through experience that as you did this, it got easier and easier and less periods of that obsessive rut thinking where it goes over and over and over,
Oh,
like a rat in a cage.
I've been there. I used to get up in the middle of the night with cold sweat.
Uh-huh.
Now I don't worry about nothing.
Wow.
It straight goes to the paper.
Mm-hmm.
A problem comes to me only one time
Now,
in my heart.
Yeah.
And it goes on paper, it's clean.
Wow.
Now the music goes on.
Wow.
And then mind wants to offer the solution. I say, no, I'm listening to the music. When I go in front of my table, my notebook, that's when I need you. So it's a matter of disciplining yourself. You do follow this procedure, or anybody follow that procedure for 21 days. Guess what? You already changed yourself. Because one person is really having obsessive thinking
Mm-hmm.
or a lot of anxiety, worrying about things,
Mm-hmm.
think about it, what the person is saying. Person is saying, I know there's a problem, but I don't have a solution yet.
Well, wouldn't that be part of working it out is all those, the different scenarios, what if this, and this, and this. But
Yes.
you're saying, but instead of doing that in the head, put it on
Do it
the
on the
paper.
paper. It's far more productive because here you could be spending 10,000 calories and a lot of anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
Here you're only doing maybe 200 calories, 100 calories, and you're far more effective.
Oh yeah, it sounds like a freedom.
It frees you. It frees you, completely frees you.
Wow.
So front end, in summary, front end manage it by learning to say no if you are getting overburdened. Is to say, okay, no, I'm only going to say yes to 10 things per day,
Mm-hmm.
or 8 things, or whatever your right size is. And if you say, no, not today, I will do it day after tomorrow, or something like this. Or if other person or your boss or your family situation is such that you are being burdened with more, then that's the time to ask for help.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to get burnt out here. I need help.
Mm-hmm.
So learning to say no, asking for help, and then not doing in the head,
Mm-hmm.
but doing on the paper.
Mm-hmm.
And follow 90-10. That's a pretty decent rule. 90% of the time have the music going on inside of us, and 10% is working on the problem. Even when you're working on the solution, you can still have the music going on, right?
Yeah, I would think that once you get to that point,
Yes.
you would.
Try it.
Yeah.
It works.
Yeah.
It's freed me. It's
Wow.
freed me.
Yeah, that's exciting. So it sounds to me like this could be used in several aspects of someone's life, whether it be spiritual or time management or work
Yes.
management or any category really.
Yes, you're absolutely right. It makes it very peaceful, beautiful, and you become calm, and your health will also start changing as a result.
Oh wow.
I mean, I've seen all those results myself.
And I would think your creativity would blossom too, because
Yes.
I know when I'm worried, my creativity goes out the door.
You're absolutely right, because when the left brain is overburdened, the right side creativity goes down too.
Yes.
And as a musician, I think you'll appreciate it a lot more.
Oh yes, yeah, I'm excited. Yeah,
Very
thank you.